What up? Welcome to the Words with Wade podcast, episode 127. I feel like we haven't said it in a long time. I, of course, am your host, Wade Blogs, a.k.a. Mr. Quid Pro Quo, a.k.a. the...
Wait for it.
Wade Blogs. Ari isn't here today. Scan isn't here today. So it's just the fellas. It's me and G. G, straight from the jungles of Wakanda, the shore of Zamunda. What else we say? I don't know. That's it. G's here. All right. So yeah, like I said, Ari's not here. Scan's not here. So it's just me and G. We'll give y'all a quick show. Y'all have been here before when it's just me and G. We kind of get off our little tangents. We try to keep it clear and concise for y'all. I guess I share my news with the UNCUT Nation at the end of the show, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I go over that at the end of the show. I did tell y'all last episode I had some news that I didn't want to tell anybody until it was confirmed. So it has been confirmed, and if you follow me on social media, you already know what I'm talking about. But we'll get into that later. So what we like to do every show is you've been here for a while. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know what we like to do. It's called the rundown. The rundown. We need a third person to do the rundown. We need to get a drop one day. Anyway.
We say that every single time.
Every time. We've said it 3 years running.
We still ain't done it yet.
We said it 3 years running.
Just go ahead and shut that joint up from previous episodes.
Somehow. Well, it finally came out, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about it. We talked about it ad nauseum. And Kanye has finally released his, his 9th album. Jesus is King. Well, let's get right into it. G, you heard the album. How do you feel about it?
That shit trash.
You know what? To me, it sounds like... You ever have a friend or even know somebody that's like a hoe, and then they get religious all of a sudden, and like everything they do is about religion? You know, like, I woke up in the morning, thank Jesus. Oh man, I feel good, thank Jesus. Oh, my stomach don't feel bad anymore. Jesus is good. Like, it's that. It kind of feels like that. Like he just so happy he found Jesus.
This is the thing that trips me out. First and foremost, last time everybody drank the Kool-Aid, motherfuckers died.
And
And everybody is just so eager to drink this Kool-Aid all of a sudden. Second, I have mixed feelings about it because it's like, Kanye had a certain level of spiritual awareness from the beginning.
Yeah.
So the over enthusiasm that he's quote unquote doing gospel music now, and some people seem stunned about it. It's just like, Jesus Walks is a better song than the entire fucking album.
I agree 1,000%. Now, go ahead.
That was way more honest to me. The vibe was more genuine. The Jesus is King project is trash. It sucks.
To me, like I said, it feels like he's a new Christian. And UNCUT Nation, if you know any new Christians, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know the guy that just got saved Sunday morning and tells everybody about Jesus and walks around quoting Bible verses and all that stuff. You know that guy. This is Kanye.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you new to the faith.
Exactly.
So you trying to live every single word
Exactly.
It's like you're trying to. It's hard to explain. It's a difference between. Shit, I can't even think of the right way to phrase it. Damn.
It's just like it's like he's a brand new Christian. That's the only way I can think of it. You know, like I think his next album will probably be a better balance, but this album he sounds like a brand new Christian. Now it doesn't help that rumorly, is that a word? I don't know. No Malice wrote, from what I'm hearing, 90% of the album. And
I hope that's not true. And the reason why I'm hoping it's not true is not to like take anything away from Kanye. I'm hoping it's not true because the last No Malice project I heard was dope.
Yeah.
So,
true.
I'm hoping he didn't write this because this shit is trash.
Well, you gotta remember, if you remember the last No Malice project, what is it? Let There Be Dead or Let the Dead Dead, something like that. Let Bury the Dead. We had both of us, I think, had it in our top 5 albums of that year.
Yeah, because it was dope. Please don't let this be true that he wrote. I hope he didn't write any of this.
Well, yeah, that's the rumor that I'm hearing, that he wrote most of this album.
Oh my God.
And then we can't mention No Malice without mentioning the song he has with his brother Pusha T, The Reunion of the Clips. That song with, I don't know why Kenny G was up there. That bothered me. Yeah, Let the Dead Bury the Dead.
A lot on this project bothered me. It's just.
I feel like
why?
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna bring back the Clips, a group that was, for all intents and purposes, a very influential group in Virginia hip hop. Let's say that. You got to let them do more than just 8 bars apiece. Like, was it 8? It was like 8 bars apiece. And then Kenny G had a whole 16 bars. Why did Kenny G get 16 bars?
I mean, because it's from the structure of the traditional structure of music. Let me say it that way. That they had to split a verse because it's 2 of them. Like, ultimately,
right.
If Push had his 16, No Malice had his 16, then that would have been the song. That would have been the whole feature. So it's just like, if y'all gonna be on the song, y'all gotta split 16. And truthfully, that don't even fall on Ye. That falls on them, because we have been talking about a minute ago, like, why can't they do a project together and just kind of like devil's advocate each other,
right,
so to speak? So they could have been, to a point where they was making music together. It just seemed, to me, it seemed kind of one-sided. It's just like, Push and drop projects, and No Malice wasn't nowhere on it. No Malice dropped projects, Push wasn't nowhere on it. But then Ye does a gospel record, and both of y'all is on it. And y'all natural element at that point.
Right. Because when you hear it, you don't think about No Malice, the Christian rapper. You just think about Malice. Isn't he the one that he had a truck full of Barry Manilow's? I mean, that's not. You can still do that type of material on a regular album. I don't see why you can't. Like, I never got the whole quote unquote breakup of the Clips. You can still do that material without cussing. Nah, that's his point. You know what I'm saying?
I look at the breakup of the Clips the same way Outkast. It's just like, it could work musically, there has to be something else there that is just like I don't want to do it.
But see, I would think that, but the fact that they're actual brothers, it does change that. Like with Outkast, you kind of think, okay, something must have happened between Big Boy and Dre. They're still cool. They just want to do music together. These dudes are brothers. Like Malice officiated Push's wedding.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, most of your first fights are gonna be with your sibling.
True indeed, true.
So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me if anything happened, like, personally between them, but I just think, I don't know, why it couldn't be done with them regardless. Same thing with Outkast, but, you know, not to jump too far off track, bring it back in. The Jesus King Project distraction.
He had
I'm okay with never hearing it again.
Now, I haven't heard the project in about a week because, you know, last show I listened to the project on my way to the studio. I listened to it like 3 times, like back to back, and I was like, okay, you got a couple. He had like maybe out of what was it? Is it 10 tracks?
Yeah, about that.
I said maybe 2.5. I like.
And that's terrible numbers.
That's horrible. That is horrible.
That's the consensus. Like, as far as feedback that I've heard from people that I respect their opinion with music, it's like even if they like it, out of what was offered, there are only about 2 or 3 tracks that they like. And I'll be honest, I have to take that with a grain of salt because it's one of those situations where out of what's offered, you're going to find something to enjoy. Now, if you that's just out of what's offered. So it's like a double-edged sword, like you picking damn, I lost my train of thought. You picking like the lesser of 2 evils, so to speak. It's just like, well, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not the best.
It's
but
like,
out of what's being presented, this is better than the rest.
Exactly. It's like you have to pick something, so I'll pick this one and this one.
Yeah, exactly. Not a whole shit trash, man.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. The song "Closed on Sunday," I know I can hear when whoever wrote that song that he thought it was going to be a hit, he thought it was going to be bigger than what it is, because the whole Chick-fil-A line, but that was trash. That was trash. Like, what is it? Closed on Sunday, you're my Chick-fil-A. That's not good. Like, there's a reason that bar has never been in rap before. It's not good.
Man. Oh my God.
It sounds rushed.
Of course. He had to capitalize on the hype and the expectation that ultimately came flooding out of the gates when Kanye said, I'm going to drop a gospel album.
Yeah, it's. I think now, once again, that's the rumor is No Malice wrote 90% of the album. If that's the case, he need to go back to whoever wrote Jesus Walks, with either Shy High or Consequence or whoever, Rhyme Fest or whoever, because apparently No Malice can only write for himself. Because that wasn't it, dog. And Malice, you're my guy. Be clear, you're my guy. But that wasn't it. And even with all that being said, and it's funny, out of all the music people I know, whether they be fans of the music, fans of Kanye, music insiders and everything, I haven't heard a positive review of this album. I've heard people be very delicate with their opinion about it, like, "Oh, it's not for me," or "This one song is great," and don't talk about the rest of the album. I haven't heard anybody say this is a great album. And I know a lot of people, and no one has said this is a great album. But even with that being said, the album still debuted #1 on Billboard. But I think that's more of a spectacle than anything.
Agreed.
People rush to the album to see how it sounds, and then that you heard it, I think the second week sales drop off is going to be tremendous. Like, there's no replay value in this album. The drop off is going to be crazy. I doubt if he clear 100,000 in the second week. So that's more than a 50% drop off. That's insane. The album's just not good, yeah. It's really not. I tried, like I said, I listened to it 3-4 times back to back to try to find some jewel, try to find something that maybe I wasn't hearing right. Or maybe because it's Christian, I'm not into it. You know what I'm saying? I try to give him any benefit of the doubt. But nah, it's just trash.
No, like I can honestly say it's trash.
Yeah, it is. It's trash.
And just to clear it up for anybody who's just like, "Oh, well, y'all just listen to, secular hip-hop," as the Christian community calls it.
Right.
No, I don't. For any Uncut Nation or anybody that's listening to the podcast who wants to try to approach it from that angle, I found out a lot of people who listen to Christian rap don't know about, like, in my opinion, the best Christian rapper that does it. It's a guy named The Truth. Phenomenal Christian rapper. I literally consider him the Jay-Z of gospel rap.
Okay.
He goes off. My favorite project from him is called Welcome to the Faith. His homeboy that's in on the label with him, dude named Flames, gets busy too.
Okay.
So I listen to gospel rap.
It's just bad.
Kanye's joint is trash.
It's just bad.
It just is what it is. Stop hyping that shit the fuck up.
And I mean, I guess I can see the Christian masses trying to hype it up because they want to get their Christianity is, you know what? Let's not get into a religious conversation because I'm about to go off on a tangent.
Look, man, I'm trying to tell you, a lot of people is drinking the Kool-Aid
1,000%,
and it's not gonna end up well. It's just not.
I think.
And I'll leave it at that.
I think maybe his next album will be better than this because he's used to the process. Like, I think he experimented with a lot and he missed his mark. And you, as an artist, you have the right to experiment. But I think he just missed his mark. This wasn't it. He's going to make a lot of money off of it. He's going to go on tour, Sunday service, and do all these wonderful things that he's going to do. But it's going to be looked at as trash.
Man, the apparel that's been coming out. Oh my God.
Well, hold on. Before we get to the apparel, here's an interesting conversation I ran across, and I want your opinion on it, G, because we mostly view things the same way. When the conversation gonna be had that Kanye is falling off? When are we?
Fell off?
Yeah, when are we gonna have that conversation? Because think about his career. This is his 9th album, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's had 4 good albums in a row. The last 5 have been trash. Basura.
Nobody's. Alright. Literally, as you can see, Kanye has a cult following.
Yes.
All of the numbers and all of that are coming out for people to support the fact that his 9th album has broken records, and they showing his numbers from every single album that he dropped, and he pretty much debuts at number 1 consistently. Here's my issue with that shit, and it's been the position that I've had since this conversation has always happened. Just because a motherfucker buy your album does not mean the album is good.
Right.
It just means they fucking bought the album.
Right.
That's it. That's why I really hated when Jay was like, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Yes, they fucking do. Because just because you have the numbers that your project sold does not does not reflect the number of people who actually like the shit. It just means they fucking bought it. They spent money and they bought it. Or they streamed it. They downloaded it. Whatever the fuck they did. That's all the numbers show. That people were curious enough or supported you enough that they decided to go ahead and listen to the fucking project. And I'm pissed that that is the accolade that you get.
Well,
they fell off a long fucking time ago for me.
Like, I'm actually looking at the discography, right? College Dropout 1. Late Registration.
Classic.
Late Registration. Classic. Graduation. Classic. 808s and Heartbreak.
The crazy thing was, here's where a lot of people won't disagree with me.
Okay.
I stopped listening after Late Registration.
Really?
Yeah. Graduation, I had it. I listened to it here and there, but it wasn't. It was at that point. It got to where it was just songs for me. It was. I didn't really like it as a whole album.
Okay.
That's just me. But it had songs on it that I enjoyed.
Now here's something.
But, shit, like I'm an advocate for it. Like College Dropout.
Mm-hmm.
I had the pre-release joint that got leaked. That's better than the official. A lot of people didn't hear the leaked joint.
Now check this out though. Okay, so College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, 808s and Heartbreak, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Right? Those are 5 albums in a row that are arguable classics, right? Then you get Yeezus, Life of Pablo, Ye, and Jesus is King. Something else I just noticed while looking at the track list. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which is arguably his last quote-unquote good album, is also the last album he released on Rockefeller Records. Just saying.
Surprised me.
Just saying.
and depending on who you talk to, 808s and Heartbreaks was
Yeah, that's true.
lackluster.
That's
I'm not
true.
gonna say it's trash, but that was him experimenting and him being in a different place, you know, after his mom passed.
Right. That's very true. I have heard that argument with a lot of people with 808s and Heartbreak. Some people really love it. Some people hate it.
Yeah, it's really either or. It's not too much gray area around that project. Either you love it or you fucking hate it.
So out of a 9-album catalog,
Picasso is fucking Life of Pablo. Oh my God.
that's trash.
Awful.
Yeah, and honestly, I still haven't heard Ye yet, the album before this one.
Ye was better than Life of Pablo.
Oh, wow.
Life of Pablo is, in my opinion, the bottom of the barrel. His Life of Pablo is the worst project he's ever put out. Damn it, Jesus is king.
So, but here's my thing. If let's put this in another sports analogy, right? If I was a basketball player, right, and my first 5 seasons, I'm killing it, right? Going to the All-Star game, doing great things and all that. But my last 4 seasons, I've been trash. When did people start saying, yo, he's washed up. Get him out the league. He's done.
Hell, with the analogy that you've given, let's double back to the point that you made about the last project that was dropped on Rockefeller versus what he's been doing, and when the albums became, quote unquote, became trash. Attribute that back to the analogy. The player's good, he just ain't got nobody on the team with him.
Or he was on a good team, left to another team, and now he's trash.
So then that gives you, it's like, so
was it you?
Are they really the superstar?
Exactly.
That everybody's made them out to be, or was it because they had a solid team?
Exactly. And that's the question we need to start asking. Was it Kanye or was it Kanye's team? Because think about, look at the discography. Every album he's released off Rockefeller has been trash. Now, say what you want about Rockefeller, I can't remember a bad Rockefeller album. Maybe what, Diamonds in the Rough? You know what I'm saying? Like Rel. You know what I mean? Like they put out good music. In people's catalog. In people's discography, their Rockefeller album is their best album. Look at Freeway, look at Cameron, look at Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleak, shit, the Young Guns. At what point do people start looking like, yo, Kanye's not a genius. He was on Rockefeller. Everybody ate at Rockefeller. Everybody eats, B.
Well, I'm gonna have to disagree with that statement.
Okay.
Everybody that was put in the spotlight ate. If you, during that time of when Rockefeller was at his peak during the dynasty run and all of that, if you literally went to the website and checked the artists that were signed to Rockefeller, it was a slew of artists that nobody knew about, didn't know was signed to Rockefeller. Like they had rock and roll bands and all of that shit that never saw the light of day.
Well, I mean, you can't, for every Emil, you have a Bleak. You know what I'm saying? Not every artist.
I don't know if that's a good comparison.
Right. Good point. Touche.
I don't know if that's proving your point.
Well, look, you had Young Guns, you had State Property. I mean, you look at the Rockefeller catalog. I think when the end was coming, and they started letting all these other people on the label, that's when shit started being fucked up. Now I do remember in the beginning.
They was on there for a minute though. Like some of them was on there for a minute. I think what it was when the flagship artists that we all know, when they were at their pinnacle and full steam ahead, it's just like, all right, well, they winning right now. Why I'm gonna switch? It's like playing roulette. Shit, if I got everything on black keep hitting, why the fuck I'm gonna switch to red?
Right.
Let it ride.
Right, you're right. Yeah.
So
I think they had a winning formula, and I think any artist that was on the label was gonna make good music. I think if you put me on Rockefeller Records, I'll make a good album. I just think that's how it was. And they made sure every artist every release, Not just the artists, the releases they put out was a decent release. I mean, yeah, Bleak had his whatevers, but he had decent songs. I mean, you had a Young Gun.
Everybody always shit on Bleak. I fuck with Bleak.
Bleak my guy. Bleak is my guy, but that's the person that everybody points to. Everybody like, what about Bleak? Bleak had good songs, B. Don't shit on Bleak like that. Bleak has some hits.
Bleak had good projects.
Like Bleak has some smashes.
I listened to the Understanding before Jesus is King.
That's a fact. Bleak has some smashes. Don't. I'm
about to say Coming to Age, all of that shit. Like
shit. What was it? Bleak was what? Coming to Age, The Understanding. Was that 537? What was that shit called? You know the dream talking about.
534.
534. Yeah, I listen to all that shit for Jesus King.
The joint with Round Here.
Yeah.
Nobody give Bleak credit for going down south to get niggas first. He had Tip and fucking Trick on the song when New York rap was at the top of his game. But he went and got two niggas from the south. And that shit bang.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Bleak discography right now. Yeah, that Round Here was on Made.
Oh, Made, yeah, my bad.
He had Everything's a Go. You remember that joint? Everything's a Go. Bleak had some hits. Yeah. Bleak had some hits. Y'all gonna stop fucking with my nigga Bleak.
That's why I don't understand why people always try to shit on Bleak. Like, oh, that nigga was terrible. No, he fucking wasn't.
Yeah, I'm looking at the catalog, Bleak's catalog right here. Bleak got some hits. Stop shitting on Bleak. But
do my ladies run it? Fat asses and flat stomachs. Right.
Bleak had some hits.
He always had a joint for the club.
Bleak kept a banger. Shit, Dear Summer was on Bleak album.
Yeah, that Jay would do that shit. He did that shit with Siegel too.
Yeah, he did. What was it? Anything on Siegel joint?
Yeah.
So I think to wrap this whole Kanye conversation up, I think people need to start recognizing that Kanye's not a genius. He was just on Rockefeller.
I never considered him a genius.
I think I hear a lot of people using that term when they talk to Kanye. Kanye's a genius. Kanye's this. Kanye's that. No, he's not.
No, the fuck he's not.
He hasn't done shit on his own.
I consider him a genius.
He hasn't done shit on his own. So let's continue on here on the rundown. Earlier this week or late last week, Cardi made a statement. I wish I had a statement. I don't have it anymore. Shit happens. Where she said she paved the way for female MCs. She went on to elaborate that she didn't just pave the way. She wasn't saying she was like the first female MC to do what she's doing, but she said she paved the way for women to get paid the way she's getting paid. A lot of people have taken issue with that. And I can't take an issue with that. I don't see the flaw in her. I mean, she shouldn't have said it, but I don't see the argument in what she's saying.
I think she should have phrased it better, and I think after she got the backlash, she realized of the way she phrased it didn't convey her point the way she meant it. But I'll say it this way, and y'all can crucify me in the comments if y'all want to. Cardi let me take that back. She brung back, in my opinion, the unity of female MCs. It got, and by that I mean, every chick that raps is not, I don't have to hate them. That's not my competition.
Right.
It's not just one female that can be at the top of the game. Like, all of us can rock. Like, I have the feeling female MCs that I had back when Kim did Ladies Night. Or like when Queen was rocking and Light was rocking, and it wasn't like, well, it can only be one of us. Like, nah, you got your lane, I got mine. I respect yours, you respect mine. I think her point was when Nicki had her run, it was just no other female MCs can do anything.
Right. Well, that's because Nicki was... We've heard from Remy in the background, like the way Nicki rocked was she didn't want any other female MCs to get even close to her level of being mentioned in the conversation or being at the same venues or awards being considered to them or anything like that. It was just complete shutout. And I think what Cardi's point was, she didn't carry it that way. Like, she helped bring back the era or the space where female MCs can coexist and it's not a bunch of hate or a bunch of petty shit going on. Right, I agree with that.
Not saying that that's 100% what Nicki was on, because, you know, I only know the she say shit.
Right.
But I think that's what Cardi's point was. Is like when she said she paved the way. Yeah, that was the wrong word to use in that statement. But I genuinely feel that she brought back that feeling.
I think just to piggyback on what you're saying, Cardi brought I don't want to say unity because it's almost too strong of a word, but she brought like the level playing field where, like you said, you know, you can get money, she can get money, and it's fine. It's not like, oh, I have to be number one. It's all about me. And
yeah, she ain't trying to stop nobody bad.
And yeah, every report we're hearing about Nicki behind the scenes, that's kind of what Nicki does. That's her move. Like, you know, if she gonna be here, I'm not gonna be here, and we force somebody to make a decision, and that pays people money.
Exactly.
And I've said on this podcast before, I think that's for me, that's where the turn happened with Nicki. Like and Remy has had interviews about this, and she's talked about this ad nauseum. Like the stuff that Nicki was doing to Remy. You know, you hear things and you're like, okay, yeah, I heard that. But then when other people start saying the same thing, you got to start paying attention to it. And when I started seeing and hearing that the stuff Remy was saying was happening to other artists that dealt with Nicki, I was like, yeah, Nicki's just not a nice person. And I think that's where she always says it's like we hate Nicki Minaj fan club. It's not. It's just that from everything we see, and then her exploits on her own radio show, she's just not a nice person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that it. Like, Cardi's a likable person. She's relatable to people. People like Cardi. It's because she's a relatable personality. You know, and a lot of people, and I've talked about Cardi with shit, so I'm not gonna act like I'm team Cardi all day either. But we've seen her come from the bottom, you know, loving hip hop to where she is now, and people are invested in her character.
Yep.
We saw that with Nicki, but then Nicki turned around and started shitting on people.
Yep.
It's just life, man. It's how it is in real life. If it wasn't celebrities, we're just people, and you know somebody that you relate to and you're cool with, you're gonna be naturally gravitate more to that person than you would somebody who's always shitting on people and saying how they the shit and everybody should respect them. It's just life. Just like how there was on Jermaine Dupri's show, what is it, Rap Game, they asked the female MCs who was their influence. No one mentioned Nicki. Like,
yeah, like the crazy thing is when the lady asked the question, and she even put it in there. She was like, "If y'all say Nicki Minaj, then I got a follow-up question for that."
Right, and that was unfair, but
yeah, and like Jermaine called Shorty out. It was like, yo, like one of the particular girls, didn't mention Nicki, but he brought it to light. Like you said that's your favorite artist, but because in that situation you know it wasn't going to be accepted, you didn't mention her. I mean, don't get it twisted. Like, I don't have anything personal against Nicki. I don't know her.
Right.
I just know the persona she puts off, and I'm not in agreement with it.
Yeah, I often say the character that she portrays is not someone I want to root for. Now, she could be a whole different person behind the scenes. She could be this nice, sweet person, but it's like wrestling. You know what I'm saying? When they get in front of the mic, there's somebody else.
Right.
And it's the same thing with Nicki. When she gets in front of the mic, that character she portrays, I'm not cool with that person. So I can't root for that person.
Agreed.
Well, let's continue on with the rundown. And this was something I wanted to talk about. It's kind of, I'm not going to say it's kind of shut down, but it's kind of developed into something else. Earlier in the week, Charlamagne did an interview with Gucci Mane, where during the interview with Gucci Mane, Gucci went over his issues with Angela Yee and Envy. In the interview, he said some stuff about Yee, because if UNCUT Nation, if you don't remember, back in, I don't know, we'll just make up a day, 2006, I don't fucking know. Apparently Gucci was on the Breakfast Club at one point, and he says Yee tried to get at him, like, tried to come up to his hotel room and get at him, but he curved her, and ever since then he's been like banned from the Breakfast Club. And during Charlamagne's interview with Gucci, he shits on Angela Yee and Envy during the interview. A lot of people, go ahead. Well, a lot of people I've taken two sides to this conversation. Some people are saying, hey, if Charlamagne knows that Gucci has an issue with Yee and Envy, he shouldn't did the interview in the first place. That's what be people he work with them. That's what be friends. Blah blah. Some people are saying, hey, it's just the interview. It doesn't. They can work together. They don't gotta be friends. So it's just the interview. So UNCUT Nation, I'm asking you, and G, I'm asking you, what do you think about that?
I think if he was going to do the interview as he did, even if he didn't talk to Yee before it, and he did it, I think during the interview, when Gucci got to a point where he was just like blatantly disrespecting her and Envy, he should have said something.
I agree with that. I take it even further.
I'm not so much. I'm not so much looking at it as like, oh, that was foul. You shouldn't have did the interview. Like at the end of the day, it was an interview that needed to happen, and he knew Yee wasn't going to do it. I do commend Envy for saying he wasn't going to participate in it if Yee wasn't there.
Right.
But let's not act like we haven't been watching The Breakfast Club for years and listening to the show, and we know Charlamagne's going to do what the fuck he want to do.
Yeah.
But as far as his integrity goes, as far as principles and values, and what he tries to portray himself to be, as far as being honest and, I'm not gonna say a stand-up guy, but like just he is who he is, and he's for the people. Like he's for principles and values.
Right.
In that moment when Gucci was going off, he should have paused for a minute and been like, "Look, you know, you got issues with her. I understand that. Feel free to discuss them, but you don't have to be disrespectful about it."
Right. I agree with you there. Or take it this far. Let's say you're not going to say anything to Gucci. That interview wasn't for Revolt or Breakfast Club. That was the interview on Charlamagne's own personal channel. He didn't have to post that interview.
Right.
Or he could have edited that part out.
I think the main thing that people are tripping about along with that is, like you said, it was on his platform.
Right.
And I think so many people have gotten used to the Breakfast Club is their only platform. And it's not. He has her own podcast.
Yeah.
So if the situation was reversed and Gucci had an issue with Charlamagne and she decided to interview Charlamagne on her platform, I think so many people are stuck on the fact that it's the Breakfast Club. Like, if they all have to always be in the same spot and doing something together, and that's not where they are.
Well, no, here's the thing. Here's where I think, because in the beginning of the Gucci Mane interview, he says he expected them to be there. So I think he was under the impression it was a Breakfast Club interview.
But see, that's the crazy thing. Like, and that part is funny to me, because even when he said it, Charlamagne was like, why would you expect them to be here? Like, I didn't know they were supposed to be here.
Right.
So that goes kind of back to what I was saying, that even with it came across as with Gucci when he was doing the interview, it's like, oh, y'all always roll together. If I'm interviewing with one of y'all, I expect the other two to be there.
Right.
And Charlamagne's like, I didn't know they were supposed to be here. Why did you think they was gonna be here? Like, this is my platform.
I think for me,
mine isn't so much that he did the interview. It's just that he didn't check that shit.
Yeah, because that was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. Like, Gucci is a husband, a father, and we got this side of Gucci who he's like an upstanding citizen. For him to revert to calling her out her name and all that, and look, I'm not going to be the moral police. I've said it 1,000 times. I probably say it 1,000 more times. So don't let y'all think that I'm this guy that won't call women bitches and all that shit. Right, I'm not that guy.
I'm about to say, I'm not going to portray myself to be a saint either.
Right, I'm not that guy.
Damn.
But what I'm saying, to that effect, there was no point for that. It was unnecessary. You know what I mean? Like, what's the old joke? What's the old line? Like, I call y'all bitches because I don't know y'all names individually.
Right.
Like, that's kind of the flair I'm with. For him to say, for Gucci to say that in such a disrespectful tone in front of Charlamagne, who's, for everyone's intents and purposes, is her friend. Now, we don't know the relationship of the Breakfast Club behind the scenes, but if you work with someone every day, 5 days a week, 5 times a week, for the 4, 5, 6 years, you could develop a relationship. That's just natural.
Yep.
Uncanadian, think about people you work with while you at work. Some people you probably would never talk to in real life. Because you work with them every day for an extended amount of time, you become close. That's natural.
Yeah. I will say this, though, just to put the opposing view, and a lot of people don't wonder why I even know this fact. Man, shit, nigga, I know it. Sex Samantha and the chick who played damn, who's the main character? I can't think of her name.
I don't know. I don't remember that show. I remember I never watched it. I thought she was the main character. Samantha was the main character, you know? No, Carrie. Carrie.
Carrie. There we go. Carrie. Carrie and Samantha in real life do not like each other. They can't stand each other. But they played like the two closest on the show.
Yeah, so that shows you never know what's going on behind the scenes.
So just an opposing view in that regard. But yeah, at the end of the day, Charlamagne should have said something.
I just think Charlamagne has so many chances to stop that. Whether it be stop Gucci at the interview, edit this interview out, don't post the interview at all. Like, he had so many chances to check that before we saw it. They didn't take advantage of. And I think
that's the crazy thing. Like, being in the business, we know how shit actually works. As far as like behind the scenes and the process that it has to go through before it gets presented to the public. And like you said, he had numerous opportunities to stall that shit. Like, checked it right then, let the cameras roll, and you say something. Stop the cameras and address it.
Right.
Edit the shit out completely. Or just, like you said, last resort, fuck it, just toss the interview.
Exactly. Listen, in all my years of being a blogger and whatever, I have interviews I've never aired because they didn't come out right. You know what I'm saying? Like, my very first interview I ever did with a celebrity, with a rapper, I never put it out because I was horrible. I was like, this is a horrible interview. I suck. I'm never going to put this out. So you have that option. You don't have to, just because you talk to somebody, you don't mean you have to put the interview out there. But a lot of people are saying this is what's going to start the breakup of the Breakfast Club.
Well, she's on tour with her podcast now, and of course doing the market visits and interviews and things that she's doing as far as the promotion for the tour. Of course, everybody's asking her about that, and it's been two. One of the interviews is I think the guy's name is Quicksilver, if I'm not mistaken. And then it's a magazine interview, and I can't think of the name of the magazine. But basically, between both interviews, she's already expressed the fact that there's always been some form of tension or her not feeling like she's valued to some degree. They asked her even about had she considered leaving and things like that. She's like, pretty much just crossed her mind and she feels she'll be good. She's in a good space, so on and so forth. So it wouldn't shock me.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction. If she
stepped away from the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne stepped away from it, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
I'll make a bold prediction. Uncut Nation, I'm stepping out on a limb right now. I would say the Breakfast Club will not make it to this time next year.
I don't think that's a bold statement. I think that's a true one.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it.
If the Breakfast Club is still playing, it's not all three of them.
Well, it won't be those three members. They may change the Breakfast Club, but I don't think those three will be in the Breakfast Club this time next year. Put a pin to it. Wade said it. Add me in the comments. Just from what I see here, and because they all have different things going on, they all have outside interests. This would be the perfect time for them to say, "Hey, you know what? I'm out. I'm good."
Yeah, it was a good run. You know, he made history, but I got other shit to do.
Exactly. I'm out. I'm good. You know, that shit you did, Charlamagne, was fucked up. So you know what? I got other things going on. I'm out. Or even Charlamagne could be like, you know what? I got other stuff going on. I got this, and this. I'm out.
The funny thing is, I see that happening before Yee does.
I think that too. I feel that way too. I feel like he's setting himself up to leave, to do other things, to where the Breakfast Club no longer becomes the main thing.
Hey, conspiracy theory. Maybe that was the point of actually keeping the Gucci Mane interview and doing it the way it did. Because with the controversy from that brings attention to his platform.
Exactly.
That kind of drives the nail in the coffin, like, okay, this isn't the environment that I can work in anymore, so I'm out.
And then with like you say, he has his own platform now. He can actually use this to further his platform. Like here at my platform, I let artists say what they want to say. This is to take all words. This is uncut here. You know what I'm saying? He has the name recognition. He can do that. He can flip this into a winning situation for him. But I think if he does that, he burns that bridge with Yee. Because then you start glorifying it now. Because right now you can say, you know what, I made a mistake and I'm sorry. You can do that right now. But if he sits there and says, well, yo, this is my platform and I let artists say what they want to say, then you're glorifying it now.
This is very true. So it's like, which road you want to take?
So he has that option. And I don't know. I just, like I said, I think at this point, he's ready to go. Well, of course, we don't know them personally, but I think he's ready to go. Well, they're ready. Like I said, this time next year, I don't think there'll be this version of the Breakfast Club. Let's say that.
Yeah, I don't either. I agree with you on that.
All right, so let's continue on the rundown here. We're running way over time. Yeezus, Kanye got us all over everywhere. I did want to talk about this before we get out of here because I thought it was a big deal, and this is showing my bias on everything. Listen, unlike other people, when I'm biased, I tell y'all I'm biased, and there's a couple things I'm biased about. The homie Ray J, my guy, what up, Ray? Was recently gifted the rights to Suge Knight's life to make a movie. Because the Suge Knight story, or whatever they're going to call it. A lot of people were like wondering, why Ray J? Why would you do this to Ray J? Yeah. But people forget, Ray J was on Death Row Records when there was a new and
I try to forget that shit.
When there was a new and untouchable Death Row, when Corrupt was the vice president, and that's when Left Eye was there, Crooked Eye was there. Ray J was right there. Ray J was on the row. And Ray J has shown himself to be a very capable businessman. You know, it's projected his Scooty bikes are going to make $200 million within the next year. He has the Raycon headphones. He's shown himself to be a very smart and savvy businessman. So I don't have a problem with his move. I think a lot of people still look at Ray J as Brandy's little brother. But I think you got to start respecting Ray J as a hustler. He getting his money. That's my guy. So salute to Ray J.
I don't think he's ever going to shake that stigmata. Just like Bow Wow is never going to shake Little Bow Wow.
Yeah. But the thing about the difference between Bow Wow and Ray, Bow Wow is actually trying to shake the Bow Wow. He doesn't even call himself Bow Wow. I'm Shad now. You know, I'll go by my real name. Ray J's like, I'm Ray J. It's whatever. Like, whatever. I'm home. I'm Ray J.
Yeah, don't have the same stigmata. Like, everybody just looks at Bow Wow as like a little spoiled ass kid.
Yeah.
Ray J, like you said, is just looked at as Brandy's little brother, which is, I ain't gonna say it's a terrible thing, but I understand as a man, you want your own respect. Like, I'm not just a little brother, man.
Right. But also, I think it has something to do with the stature as well. You have to remember, Bow Wow is a little short dude. Ray J's like a regular sized guy. So you look at Bow Wow, you automatically think a little Bow Wow. Like, Ray J's like a regular guy. Like, matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up right now.
I think the other thing that I give Ray J props for, as far as his movement, he's not being loud and boisterous about it. He's moving as a businessman moves.
Exactly.
And when the articles come out, it's just like, oh shit. But he's not like how Bow Wow was when, you know, when Bow Wow said he was like, you know, on a lot of drugs and time and all that, but he was doing the whole Lamar shit. And he was just always in the camera. It's like, y'all gonna respect us and this and that. Ray J ain't done none of that. It was just like, yeah, I'm gonna quietly get this money.
Well, no, Ray had his moments. Remember his beef with Fab?
Yeah, that was stupid.
Ray Ray is my guy, but he had his moments. Remember, for the love of Ray J, you know, he just had his moments in a different way. And Ray J is 5'7" here. Google says he's 5'7", so he's still short.
He's still short.
Yeah, he's still short.
He's still short.
Oh man,
that's the average. No disrespect, Ray J, but like that's the average height for a female.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think 5'5" is the average height for a female. So he's just right above that.
Yeah. So
anyway,
but I think it's dope that first off, Suge has the wherewithal to give his rights to someone that'll do something right with it. Because normally when we hear about somebody having the rights to someone's story, that person's no longer around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So while Suge is probably in jail for the rest of his life, he's saying, hey, make my story, make us some money. I love it. I'm perfectly fine with it. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with it. But so much more we want to get to, but we're running over time, so we can get ready to get out of here. So, G, what do you have streaming for us this week?
This week, Earl Sweatshirt, Feet of Clay, Jukes, the Love album, Travis Green, Broken Record, Yellow Wolf, Ghetto Cowboy, Queston, Conan, Revenge is Sweet, Smoke Dizza and Benny the Butcher, Statue of Limitations.
That goes hard.
And of course, Gangstar, one of the best yet.
Listen, UNCUT Nation, I'm telling y'all already, that Gangstar album is in the running for Album of the Year. I'm just telling y'all. If you like that type of boom bap hip hop, if you like Primo, if you like Guru, that album is a great album. It's in the running right now. It hasn't been a lot of hip hop albums this year that are that quality, but that's definitely, I can say right now, in November, that's probably in my top 5 albums of the year.
I'm not gonna weigh in yet. I gotta listen to it thoroughly.
Yeah, I've listened to it like twice, I think. I want to give it another listen before I make a final decision on it, on where it's placing. But compare the year of hip hop, you know, the releases we have, I'm definitely thinking that's in my top 5.
I mean, I can only think of 2 albums right now that I would say is like top contenders for album of the year.
I mean, because I got Jim Jones, El Capo, Rhapsody.
Yep.
The Dreamville Project.
Yep. Now, hold on. When I'm saying, right now, in my head, when I'm saying solo, when I'm saying albums of the year, I'm thinking solo.
Okay.
So I hadn't put the Dreamville joint in yet.
Okay. So yeah, I got Jim Jones, Rhapsody, and Gangstar right now.
You ain't got that Wale in there though.
You know I don't fuck with Wale. You know that. You know. You know I don't fuck with Wale.
Yeah, you tripping.
You know I don't fuck with Wale.
You tripping right now.
Don't fuck with Wale.
Bruh. Alright.
Here we go. Here we go.
Listen to this one.
Yo, you and Benny be on this Wale shit.
Bruh, you gotta let it rock, yo. You gotta let this one rock.
Yo, I don't fuck with Wale. Well, at Wale, if you out there, but yeah. I'm just not a fan of the shit he does.
If you ain't never listened to my opinion about an album before, nigga, take it on this one.
Alright, I'll listen. I think I actually have it. I just haven't downloaded the shit yet, but I think I actually have the album.
But you gotta listen with open ears. Don't listen to alright, I'm just listening to this shit because G told me to. You gotta listen to it and
That's exactly how I'm listening to it.
When you listen to it.
I'm listening to it with my arms crossed, just because G said I'm listening, I'm listening.
See, already. That's this shit I'm fucking for.
Well, yo, my homie Dave East's album comes out this week. His new album, Survival. And he has a song up there with Nas called Godfather 4, which is bananas. Yeah, I know that comes out because they was just announced literally earlier today. It comes out this Friday, UNCUT Nation. By the time y'all hearing this, what date is Friday? Friday is, god damn it, the 8th. So November 8th, Dave East drops his new album, Survival. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm sure we'll talk about that on next week's show. Now Ari is not here, y'all know that. Scan's not here. Now Ari gave me a song of the week to play. Let me pull this up. It's Brio. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's called No Bad Days. So let's go into Brio with No Bad Days here on WordsWithWade. I go excuse my daytime job. That was Brio with No Bad Days, Ari's song of the week. Before we get out of here, I said last week I had news for y'all, so let me just go over this really quick. If you follow me on social media, I've made the announcement there on my Instagram. I've recently, what's a good way to say this? I don't know. I got a job at a radio station. I'm now the host of my own radio show every Saturday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 94.7 The Link. You can actually go to their website if you're not in the local area, 94.7thelink.com, and listen to the radio show. It's called UNCUT Radio. If you're familiar with me and the UNCUT brand, I used to have a radio show on internet called on Blog Talk Radio called UNCUT Radio, and this is just me bringing that back to an actual FM station thing. A little different rules, can't be as uncut as I want to be, but you're free to tune in. Like I said, it's every Saturday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're not local, go to 94.7thelink.com so you can find me. I'm going to actually live stream my episodes, as it were. So make sure y'all check that out. It's kind of a big deal. So thank y'all for supporting me and supporting everything through this process. Don't worry, we're still doing the podcast. The Words with Wade is not going anywhere. The podcast will still come out weekly or whenever we can get it to come out.
This is not the breakup of the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, this is not that. This is not that. We're still doing this thing. I'm just gonna do both. So on one show you get me playing music and talking, and the other show you get me talking and playing music. But yeah, make sure you check it out, 94.7thelink.com if you're not in the local 757 Virginia area. If you are, 94.7 FM, I think it is. And just follow me on social media. Follow all of us on social media, of course. And that's it. G, anything you want to announce or get out before we get out of here?
Oh, no, I'm chilling right now.
Okay.
Everything is getting geared up for 2020.
Okay. Everything clear in 2020.
Oh, it's about to be a lot.
All right, so let's.
It's about to be a whole lot going on.
I'm all for it. And now that we have the radio connection, it's going to be a real lot going on. Isn't it great how these things work out?
Ain't it, though?
Isn't it great how this shit's work out? Like, this is family. All right, so for Ari, for G, for Scan, for everybody here, like we always say, you may agree with what we say.
Uh-huh.
You may not agree with what we say.
Okay.
But one thing you can agree with,
what's that?
We keep it uncut.
Uncut.
Until next time, we catch you on the internet.
Cheer.
Cheer.